You've probably heard it 1,000 times. You need more protein to build muscle. But not just any protein, the right kind, at the right time, in the right dose. That's where protein powder comes in. It's not a magic muscle drink, but it's one of the most effective and convenient tools in your entire supplement stack. Let's back up for a second. What even is protein, and why is everyone in the gym obsessed with it? Protein is made of amino acids. These are the building blocks your body uses to repair and grow muscle. Every time you lift weights, you're creating tiny tears in your muscle fibers, and your body needs amino acids to patch those up and build them back bigger and stronger. Here's the thing. Your body doesn't store amino acids the same way it stores carbs as glycogen or fat as body fat. That means you need a steady stream of protein every day to support recovery and growth. And if you don't get enough, your results are going to stall, no matter how hard you train. That's where protein powder earns its spot in your Tier 1 stack. It makes hitting your daily protein target easier, more consistent, and way more convenient. Think about it. You can carry it to the gym, toss it into a smoothie, sip it after a workout. It's fast, it's portable, and it's measured down to the gram, so you know exactly what you're getting. Now, if you're thinking, can I just get all my protein from food? Sure, you can. If you're eating high-protein meals spaced out through the day with complete sources like chicken, fish, eggs, beef, tofu, and dairy, and you're consistently hitting your protein goal, then technically, no, you don't need a powder. But for most people, juggling work, school, family, training schedules, it's not always realistic to cook and eat 3 or 4 protein-packed meals every single day. That's why protein powder is so popular. It's a low-effort, high-impact way to close the gap between what you're eating and what your body actually needs to grow. Let's talk numbers. How much protein do you really need? The old school recommendation was 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And honestly, it still holds up pretty well. If you're training hard, lifting weights, or doing high-intensity sports, somewhere between 0.8 and 1 gram per pound of body weight per day is a solid target. That means if you weigh 180 pounds, you're aiming for around 150 to 180 grams of protein per day. Now, let's say you eat 3 meals a day, and each one gives you 35 grams of protein. That's 105 grams. You'd still be about 75 grams short. That's where a scoop or 2 of protein powder can save the day. Let's break down the timing too. A lot of people obsess over the post-workout window, and there's some truth to it. After a tough session, your muscles are primed to absorb nutrients and begin repairing themselves fast. That's called the anabolic window. And while it's not as tiny as people once believed, getting in some high-quality protein within an hour or so after your workout is still a smart move. Whey protein in particular is ideal here. It digests quickly. It's rich in leucine, which triggers muscle protein synthesis, and it's convenient. A scoop in water or milk gets to work fast, so your body can start the recovery process right away. But the post-workout shake isn't the only time protein powder can help. Struggling to get enough protein at breakfast? Toss a scoop into oatmeal or blend it into a smoothie. Need a late-night snack without a ton of calories? Try a slow-digesting casein protein before bed. That can actually support overnight recovery while you sleep. Let's clear up a common myth. Protein powder does not damage your kidneys. That myth's been debunked over and over. Unless you have a pre-existing kidney condition, high protein intake is safe for healthy individuals and often beneficial for managing weight, building muscle, and supporting recovery. Another myth? It doesn't matter when you take protein. False. While your total daily intake is the most important thing, how you spread it out does matter. Aim for 25 to 40 grams of high-quality protein every 3 to 5 hours. This keeps your muscle protein synthesis elevated and supports continuous recovery throughout the day. Now, let's talk about types of protein powder and which one is right for you. First up, whey protein. This is the most studied and widely used type. It comes from milk and it's a complete protein, meaning it has all 9 essential amino acids. There are a few types of whey to choose from. Whey concentrate is the most basic. It has around 70 to 80% protein per scoop and contains a bit more carbs and fat. It's affordable and tastes good, but not ideal if you're lactose sensitive. Whey isolate is more filtered. It's usually 90% protein or more, with less lactose, fat, and carbs. It's a bit more expensive, but also cleaner and faster digesting. Then there's hydrolyzed whey. This is whey isolate that's been partially broken down to make it even easier to digest. It's often marketed as the premium option, and it can be great for people with digestion issues or elite athletes who want the fastest recovery possible. Next, casein protein. Casein also comes from milk, but it digests much more slowly. That makes it a great choice before bed or anytime you want a more sustained release of amino acids. It can help reduce muscle breakdown over longer fasting periods, like overnight. If you're plant-based, don't worry, you've got options too. The best plant-based protein powders combine multiple sources like pea, rice, and hemp to create a complete amino acid profile. These are a bit slower digesting in whey, but still very effective for building muscle when taken in the right amounts. There's also beef isolate, like Equip Prime Protein. This is made from real beef and filtered into a high-protein powder with almost no fat or carbs. It's a great alternative if you're dairy-free and want something natural with a high amino acid score. So, which one should you choose? Here are some recommendations based on your goals and preferences. If you want the most effective protein for muscle gain, go with Dymatize ISO 100. It's a hydrolyzed whey isolate, fast-absorbing, packed with protein, and low in carbs and fat. Perfect for post-workout or when you need fast recovery. If you want something ultra clean and simple, check out BulkSupplements Whey Isolate. It's unflavored, has minimal ingredients, and no artificial additives. Great for people who want the purest protein possible and like to mix it into their own recipes. Looking for the best bang for your buck? Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard Whey is the gold standard for a reason. It's balanced, has solid quality, and mixes well. It's not the most premium, but it's reliable and affordable, which makes it perfect for most people.
If you're plant-based, organic protein is a solid option. It combines pea and rice protein to give you a complete profile. Plus, it's certified organic and doesn't have a weird aftertaste like some vegan blends do. If you want a meat-based alternative, try Equip Prime Protein. It's beef isolate made from real food ingredients, clean and great for anyone avoiding dairy or soy. And if you want a slow-release protein for overnight recovery, it's just Total Milk Protein Concentrate is a great option. It's made of 80% casein and 20% whey, so you get a blend of both fast and slow digesting proteins.
Whichever one you choose, just make sure it fits your needs, goals, and lifestyle. The best protein is the one you'll take consistently. Let's talk about dosing. One scoop of protein powder usually has around 20 to 25 grams of protein. For most people, that's a perfect amount for one serving. Aim to include 1 to 2 scoops a day, depending on how much protein you're getting from whole foods. Just remember, protein powder is a supplement, not a replacement. Your base should always be real food.
Some people ask if you can take too much protein.
Here's the truth. Your body can handle higher protein intakes just fine, as long as your kidneys are healthy. Going up to 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per pound of body weight is still considered safe for athletes and people doing intense resistance training. More isn't always better, but more within reason can definitely be useful when you're pushing your body hard.
Want to level up your protein shake? Add some extras depending on your goal. If you're bulking, toss in a banana, nut butter, oats, or milk to boost the calories and carbs. If you're cutting, stick with water or almond milk and maybe some ice and cinnamon to make it taste better without adding calories. You can also add creatine, which we've already talked about as one of the most proven strength-building supplements. It mixes easily with protein and makes your post-workout shake even more effective.
Here's something people forget. Protein powder isn't just for shakes. You can bake with it. Stir it into oatmeal, blend it into smoothies, mix it into yogurt. Make high-protein pancakes, protein brownies, or even mug cakes. Get creative because the more enjoyable your protein is, the more likely you are to stick with it. So let's zoom out and look at the big picture. Protein powder is not a shortcut or a secret weapon. It's a tool. And like any tool, it works best when used correctly and consistently. It helps you fill in the gaps, hit your targets, recover faster, and build muscle more efficiently. If you're training hard but not seeing results, it's time to ask, am I actually giving my body the raw materials it needs to grow? Because no matter how smart your program is or how intense your workouts are, your body can't build muscle out of thin air. It needs amino acids, and protein powder is the fastest, cleanest way to deliver them. Now, if this helped you cut through the noise and understand how to actually use protein powder, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. I want to know from you. Which type of protein powder do you use right now? And why? Drop it in the comments and let's compare notes. And remember, supplements don't replace smart training or a good diet. They support it. Be consistent, train smart, supplement smarter. See you in the next one.